Good. Now we have to ask ourselves, what does the word Ilah mean? So if there is no Ilah except Allah, what does the word Ilah mean? There are two theories or two opinions about the word Ilah. One of them is true and one of them isn't. Okay? One of them is true and one of them isn't. The first theory says that Ilah is a creator, sustainer and provider. So La ilaha illallah means there is no creator except Allah, no sustainer except Allah, no provider except Allah, no one who sends down the rain except Allah, no one who answers the dua except Allah. What's the problem with this? The problem with this is what we've described is exactly what we've just written on the board. And in case you haven't noticed, the guys we're talking about that we wrote on the board are not Muslim. Not only are they not Muslim, but they are actually the ummah that the Prophet ﷺ is fighting sword to sword. And Allah calls them kadhibun kaffar. The person who is a liar and a disbeliever for their, saying about their intercession and their coming nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is really quite important. If we say that La ilaha illallah means there's no creator except Allah, there's no sustainer except Allah, there's no provider except Allah, there's no one who answers your dua except Allah, many Jews, Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, idol worshippers would suddenly become Muslim. Because currently, what we've just described in this theory is exactly what Quraysh used to believe. Does everybody understand that? Yeah? Everyone completely understand that. So why there's a problem with this is because it's exactly what Quraysh used to believe, and the Prophet ﷺ was sent to them, and Allah says about them, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. Say, oh disbelievers. How are they disbelievers? If they said La ilaha illallah, and La ilaha illallah means there is no creator or sustainer or provider. Why do they have such a problem with La ilaha illallah if it means this? Why are they saying to the Prophet ﷺ, leave your religion for a day and we'll worship Allah for the rest of the year? What is so difficult for them to understand or so difficult for them to appreciate? Where's the problem? The problem is that they didn't understand this by La ilaha illallah. What they understood was the second theory, which is that Ilah is something which is worshipped. So La ilaha illallah means there is no God worthy of worship except Allah. And this is where they started to differ. Because they used to worship other than Allah. And now we see the consistency. The fact that Quraysh used to worship the idols. So they used to worship other than Allah. They believed Allah was the creator, but they used to worship other than Him. So when the Prophet ﷺ said to them, La ilaha illallah, what did they understand? They understand that La ilaha illallah means no more idols. That's what they understood. They understood very, very clearly that La ilaha illallah means no more idols. And this is why they had such a problem. Ilah is used clearly in the Quran for something that is worshipped. I want to bring your attention to the last ayah on the page. Ask those we sent before you of our messengers, have we made besides the most merciful alihatan yu'badun? Or have we made beside the Prophet, beside the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, any gods or any ilah that is worshipped? Notice how Allah says the word ilah and then says worshipped. And that is the meaning of ilah. Ilah is something that is worshipped. When Quraysh said, has He made all of our gods into one God? They were clearly not meaning, has He made all of our creators into one creator? Has He made all of our gods that send down the rain into one God? No, they already had this belief, but their issue was that it meant that they had to leave worshipping other than Allah Azza wa Jal.